Hey everybody, welcome to 2026. I hope you all had a great break and ready to tackle the new year. So what I thought I'd do is go through kind of where we ended up in 2025, the end of this first half of the 26th financial year, and where we're heading this year. So how we did last year, so the first half of the 26th financial year, from 1st of July. So we lodged 910 returns, so tax returns and activity statements, since the 1st of July 2025. So to compare to the whole prior year, from 1st July 24 to 30 June 2025, we lodged 782. So we've done a lot more than that in half the time. We also added new participants, 31 of them. So now we have 60 participants altogether, which is great. We'll go through the benefits of that shortly. And we're serving 1,000 plus clients across Australia. So yeah, we've obviously increased and grown quite a lot in the last 6 months. So what 2026 looks like for you? So we're doing a lot of work in the background to help you and become licensed quicker and actually understand what's going on. And so what we're doing is we're creating a faster, clearer plan to get your license. And we'll discuss a lot more of this shortly. We're looking at better systems, so you're spending less time on admin. So, things like timesheets, that fun stuff, right? So we want to get you more, to get you to spend more time learning and working on real clients. More opportunities to earn, learn, and build your own client base. So we've got a lot of initiatives around that. Again, we'll talk about very shortly. And our goal ultimately is to build a platform that actually helps you and your business long term. Okay, so obviously now you're learning the skills of tax, but the goal is also to build a business that's sustainable so you can grow and have your own business. And it'd be great to know what your goals are for 2026. So feel free to reach out and let me know. So what we're building. So there's a few things. We've got lots of ideas, but we've decided on a few things that's really going to help you drive your business and your experience forward. So I guess we've got 5 key initiatives. The first one being the content credit system. We'll go through all this shortly. We're going to roll out practical simulations, and it's a long time coming. We've got the time and the space to be able to do this now. And the new one we talked about end of last year was client acquisition programs, so helping you get clients. And then we'll look at other ways of streamlining things. So the content credit system. So I know we already started this last year. We've had a few people present already. And so we thought we'd build a credit system around this. So we looked into how we can, reward you for building out content. Giving webinars and things like that. And so there is a thing called work of another kind, which can also include things such as educating other accountants. And so we've come up with a credit system to give you hours towards your license. So basically, as you can see there, writing a knowledge-based article, you'll get 2 hours towards your license. The drop-in sessions, so those are shorter kind of sessions at the start of the drop-in session. So we could do about 1.5 hours. Webinars 3, and we've got 3 levels of courses. Okay, so micro course you get at 2.5 hours, standard about 7.5, and comprehensive 12.5. Okay, so those are the credits that you get towards it. So obviously a lot of that's research and creating the content, be it the course or the webinar or say the knowledge-based article. Okay. It helps you get the license quicker, but also helps you learn as well. And so what I really recommend you do is think about what you like or what you want to specialize in. So it could be GST, it could be SMSFs, it could be, income tax, it could be Division 7A loans or something like that, right? And then building, a course and the drop-in session around that. So my recommendation is you select a subject that you're passionate about. We do have a list of those that we'll provide them at some stage. And I'd build on that. So I'd start with, a drop-in session, then a webinar, then maybe a knowledge-based article, then maybe a course. Okay. So the idea is to do, a knowledge-based article, drop-in session, a webinar, and one of the courses. Okay. So, you'd only do one topic on that. But yeah, It will help you learn that topic, help others, but also give you credits. And as a bonus, because we do sell our courses online, we do get some sales there. So if you create a course and we do sell it online, we'll do a revenue share with you. So not only are you earning hours towards your license, you're also earning money as well. The other part of the work of another kind is the simulated scenarios. So it's basically you're preparing a return like it is a normal return. Okay, so we'll give you a scenario, you do the tax return and do it exactly the way you do a normal one. So it's not a real client, it's a simulated or a client, a demo client. And basically you get practice preparing returns, so different types of returns. And so we'll build on it. So for example, a company tax return, you might start with a simple one and then we'll add in maybe franking account and then dividends and then division 7A and just building on that, okay? So you start with the base return and then we'll build out on that. What we'll also do is give you practice reviewing tax returns as well. So this allows you to see what we see on our end to give you the experience. And in my opinion, I remember going through the levels, I guess, in a firm. Obviously, you're preparing returns, but when you get to the review stage, you see all the things that reviewers, are looking at, and it helps you understand what or how to prepare a tax return and the work papers. So again, these hours count towards your license, and it gives you, obviously the practical experience, the hours, but also builds your confidence when you actually get to real clients or get to work on those, specific scenarios with real clients. So again, 15% of your hours can be work of another kind. And so we're building these out with that content, the content system, as well as the simulated scenarios. And so the launch date for each of those is we're aiming for 31st of March. That's 2026, if you're watching this later. The other thing that came from our sessions last year is the client acquisition program. So I know a lot of you are struggling to find clients, and so I talked to a good friend of mine who's a marketer, and we worked together previously. And so we're going to test first a program to find clients for you. Okay, so it'll be a marketing thing. So we'll find the clients, you do the work, we'll do a revenue share, and obviously those are practical hours that you get. Okay, so you work on the client. It's actually lodging a return, you get those hours. So we're going to start testing it from the 1st of March this year, 2026, with a few participants. And if it's successful, we'll roll it out across the board, okay? Hopefully the testing goes well, and once it does, we'll let you know more. And then there's some systems and tools we're working on, okay? So we want to streamline stuff. So we've created a review and lodgement app. I hesitate to call it a job management app because we still have XPM, but the old idea is it's going to replace the ticketing system. So rather than sending those emails to us for review and lodgement, we'll manage it in an app. So it's all in one place, right from review right through to the lodgement. Okay, so it also tracks your hours. We'll talk about that in a sec. But just be aware, you still need to have the jobs XPM because that manages the jobs itself, and we still need the work papers. What this does is just give us a status update on where the lodgements and reviews are at. So what that will mean for the ticketing system is that becomes more about questions about, tax scenarios or something like that, rather than submitting tickets for review and lodgement of returns. We've also got a due date app that we've created. You would have seen it last year. You would have seen I've sent you emails or uploaded to the drive, to your drive, to the due dates for your returns. So rather than that, we're going to give you access to the app. So you'll see just your clients and the due dates for those returns. You'll also get email reminders of upcoming due returns and overdue returns. So at the start it'll be a portal, but we will get to the reminders at some stage. So if you want to test it, let me know. We're looking for people to test it out on, but the planned release date for both of these is 15th of February. A few other things there is streamlining. So this is more streamlining than building new tools. So we're doing a few things with the work papers. Just to let you know, we're sticking with classic work papers for now because Xero haven't released all the features yet in the new work papers. So that's in the drop-down menu in Xero rather than in XPM. You got it along the top there. So just using classic. What we're doing is linking the work papers to the services. Okay, so I'll send you an updated list that will include the hours that you'll see in a sec, but also the work paper that relates to that particular service. So we'll link those, and we'll also update it to make it less overwhelming. Some of the lists are quite big, those custom checklists, so we'll break them up a little bit more because you don't need every single item for every single tax return. So we're going to create a few more little lists to make it less overwhelming. Okay, and obviously with these apps, it's going to help streamline things as well. The other thing is streamlining hours. I know people absolutely love timesheets. So what we want to do is try and get rid of them. Okay, don't stop doing them for now. Keep doing them. But the idea is rather than submitting timesheets all the time, what we're going to do is track hours by return types. So a company tax return, for example, will be X amount of hours depending on the revenue. Okay, and then if you do a Division 7A, then that's yet another service, right? That's another add-on. So then there's so many hours counted towards that, and then dividends and so on and so forth. Same with individuals, like an individual tax return would be a certain amount, then deductions, then rental schedules and stuff like that. So those hours will be counted by the services that you're providing. So you no longer have to submit timesheets once that's rolled out. So we've got to test it first. Don't change the process just yet. And that will be tracked in that review and lodgement app that we're rolling out in February. And the other thing we're doing is hiring a tax agent. So the goal there is faster turnarounds. Okay, so that'll be focused just on reviewing. That allows more training support, so especially by myself. So that's what I love the most. That's what I built this business for, is to train and support you. Not so much to review tax returns. And that also means better systems. Okay, so the training and support will be working with you on the content system for those that you want to help build out, courses and things like that. And obviously doing my own. I'd love seeing you all face to face. I want to do more of that. Work out, the timing around that. But we want to do a lot more kind of face to face training and support as well, and just building out these better systems and processes as well. So what it means is less waiting time for you and much more learning. Okay. And the start date is February this year. What are we building towards? So what we're building towards is a pathway where you know what you're building toward, right? So obviously this we've come a long way since we started the Accounting Academy, but the goal is to make this program very streamlined, very what you're doing, okay? And so that's what we're building towards this year. So it's the license. Okay, that's what we want for you. We want you to get your license, have confidence in what you do, and have actual work behind you. So it's not just all theoretical, like say when you're at university or TAFE or wherever you go. You've got the experience, right? You've got the experience, you've got the confidence, and we want to build the skills, not just the technical skills, which is very important. We want to build your soft skills, like your sales or your communication skills or whatever it is. And obviously, ultimately, is building your business. Okay, so you're building your business as you learn. And as we've got to 60 participants, it's a lot more of a community, right? We've already started the community. People are helping each other, which is great. But that means you've got other people that have your back, right? So other people that have been here for a while can teach the people that are new, for example. Okay, and people have always got different experiences. I've learned a lot more doing this program than I have worked in accounting firms, because there's so many different scenarios that get fired at me. So everyone's got different experience and different kinds of clients and whatnot, and so that community really helps with that. So this year, 2026, is about building together, okay? And it's about taking ownership of your future. So that's it for 2026, at least for the first half. We've got a lot more stuff we're going to come out with later in the year. But in the meantime, I think that's plenty for us all to get on top of. Thank you very much, and looking forward to working with you all this year.